Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside the mind of an AI? I mean, what is it actually thinking? It's a huge question, one that researchers are tackling every single day. Well, today, we're going to unlock that black box. We're taking a tour of a revolutionary new tool called MechInterp Studio. You know, this is really the multi-billion-dollar question in AI safety. These massive language models, they're incredibly powerful, but for the most part, they operate as total black boxes. We see what goes in, we see what comes out, but the why behind it all has been a complete mystery. Well, until now. So how do we even begin to peek inside? Well, it's not magic. It's about having the right set of keys, the right tools. And today, we're looking at the ultimate toolkit for doing just that. And here it is. This is MechInterp Studio, or miStudio for short. Think of it as a complete end-to-end workspace built for one really cool purpose, mechanistic interpretability, which is, a fancy way of saying we're actually going to reverse engineer a neural network to understand how it thinks.
Okay, first things first, let's get our bearings. I'm going to give you a super quick tour of the main panels just so you can see how an entire research project from start to finish flows together right here in one place.
Everything starts right here, in the Models panel. You can pull in models directly from places like HuggingFace, which basically means you have the world's most powerful AIs right at your fingertips, ready to go. All right, next up, every model needs data to process, to think about. The Datasets panel makes it super easy to load in all the text your model is going to chew on, whether that's a huge online library or even your own custom files. Now, this is the engine room. The training panel is where the real discovery starts. This is where you set up jobs to find all those hidden concepts or features tucked away inside the model's mind. And trust me, we are definitely coming back to this. So once you've trained one of those feature finders, and we'll talk about what that is in a sec, it lives right here in the SAEs panel. You can think of these as your personal set of custom-made lenses, each one designed to let you see one specific thought inside the AI. Okay, this is where it gets really exciting. The steering panel doesn't just let you see the features, it actually lets you control them. You can actively influence what the AI is going to say and do. It's kind of like finding the puppet strings. And finally, because all of this powerful work takes some serious computing power, the monitor panel gives you a real-time dashboard of your system. You always know what's happening under the hood. So, that's our quick tour. Now let's actually put these amazing tools to work. Right, so how do we find these hidden concepts in the first place? Well, it all starts back in that training panel with this really powerful technique called sparse autoencoding. So what on earth is a sparse autoencoder, or an SAE? The easiest way to think about it is like a specialized translator. An AI's thoughts are this: complex, jumbled up language. An SAE's job is to translate that mess into thousands of individual, human-readable concepts. Things like romance novels, or legal documents, or even something as specific as lines of Python code. And miStudio gives you this incredible level of control over how that translator gets trained. You can fine-tune all these advanced parameters, like something called L0 sparsity. That setting basically forces the AI to be more efficient, to explain its thinking using the fewest, most important concepts possible. That way we find what truly matters. And here is the payoff. After all that training is done, you get this: a totally browsable list of every single concept the SAE discovered. You can see what it's about, like, say, statements or quotes, and you can even see the exact text that makes that specific feature light up. This is it. This is the AI's mind laid bare. But, just looking at the concepts isn't enough. The real magic happens when you can actually interact with them. This is called feature steering, and it is one of the most powerful things you can do in miStudio. So check this out. In the steering panel, we can pick any feature we found. For this experiment, a researcher found a really interesting one, number 4476.
Up at the top, the model and layer selector. Layer 10 of the liquid foundation model. That's where feature 4476 lives. Let's right-click on it and pull up the full feature details. The name is Analytical Explanatory Pivot. This feature drives the model to shift from stating facts to explaining why they matter. It fires specifically on connective tokens. The grammatical hinges between description and meaning. Words like because, which suggests this means. Now here is the experiment. 5 neutral prompts loaded on the right. No instructions, just ordinary sentences. The feature is configured here at positive 0.1 and negative 0.1. And these preset strength buttons let us stack up even more values. So in a single batch run, we get the unsteered baseline, multiple levels of amplification and suppression, all side by side for every prompt at once. Hit generate and we are off. miStudio is spinning up inference for every prompt at every strength level simultaneously. The comparison pathway is taking shape down here, unsteered baseline, then each steered variant as its own column. Temperature, top P, max tokens all set. You can see it processing right now. Let's flip to the monitor panel while it runs. CPU is over 100%. GPU at 59%. Temperature 61 degrees. Power at 75 watts. This is what live mechanistic interpretability research actually looks like under the hood. First result, the Lighthouse Keeper prompt. The baseline is pure description. The steered version pivots immediately into significance and explanation. At just 0.1 strength, scroll down and the gradient becomes clear. At 0.4, the response centers on personal meaning. At 0.6, it turns almost philosophical. Each strength level is producing a qualitatively different kind of response. And that is the key point. We did not change the prompt. We reached directly into the model's internal representation and turned up a single dial. One feature, the entire output shifted.
Making these kinds of discoveries is absolutely incredible. But to really move the whole field forward, that knowledge has to be shared. And that's the final and maybe most important step in the miStudio workflow. Because, understanding one feature is a fantastic first step. But mapping the entire mind of an AI, that is going to take a global, collaborative effort.
So miStudio is fully integrated with a platform called Neuronpedia, which is basically a public library of AI features. And with just a single click of this little paper airplane icon, you can upload your entire trained SAE and all the features you've just found.
And just like that, your work is live. Other researchers from all over the world can now see, study, and build on top of the features you uncovered. It's this collaborative process that is going to truly accelerate our understanding of these unbelievably complex systems.
Look, tools like miStudio are completely changing the game. They're taking this abstract idea of looking inside a neural network and turning it into a concrete, interactive, and collaborative science.
We are moving from a black box to a transparent one feature at a time. The tools are here, the platform is ready. So the real question is, when you get to look deep inside the mind of an AI, what will you be the first to find?